You good? Cool. Oh, real quick. I wonder if I can adjust the brightness. Color. I think I gotta go into this setting. That looks alright. Alright, we'll go. We'll roll with that. It looks a little bit more natural lighting now. Hey, Lady Draco. Oh, hey, fun. Fun fact. Also, listen up, Rangers. Welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve. This camera, I don't know how to use it yet, but it's here. I was so confused because I got a package and it was like had my name on it. I'm like, where is this from? Then I opened it up and I'm like, why do I have a cylinder? Ah, natural lighted burns. Oh, didn't I save? Oh, that's good. Okay. I always click on the mic instead of the bigger video. No, it did. Maybe it's exposure. Can I adjust that on the fly? Nope. Spam gamma down all the way. Yeah, I think it'd be something I had to adjust after the fact. Yeah, plus you mentioned it the other day, and I was just like, wow, it's already here. It's a water pot for your paint. Okay. Wait, do I put the paint in here, or is this for like the brushes? So I'm gonna be honest, I probably have to Google. So I'm like, I see there's little reservoirs on the bottom there. Okay, all right, that makes more sense. What are these notches for on the side here? To kind of get like it rub up against everything, and that helps to get the paint off. Same with on the bottom. I don't know what these for. It's a little weird. Anyways, we're gonna try to do what I was trying to accomplish earlier down here. Okay, just to clean it. So I did make a little bit more progress upstairs. God bless it, but this part is not staying the way I wanted it to stay down. I cut it open just so I could get his eyebrows a little bit more like frayed. I also cut a bunch of the foam off the back and made a little hole, which should be fine. We recovered this fabric anyways. But I slimmed down the back of the head quite a bit while I was upstairs. And then gave him a bit of a nose. And then tweaked the cheeks and such. There's a little bit of foam still kind of hanging off of him. But rah, 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 rah. I feel like with this, I should almost be good. Like my game plan was to go like 55 looking, but after looking at my 55, it might not work the same as I was thinking. Oh yeah, that works out so much better. I have another. Where did all my eyeballs go? I had a bunch of random balls handing out. I don't know where they are anymore. All right, Mr. Crate, I might be taking your eyeball just so I can see how this goes. Where's Mr. Critter? Oh, I got my hand in here. It's so much harder. Ah, bitchin'. I gotta put the little. I'm debating on putting rods in his hand or not, so I can maybe move him around a little bit more. Not sure yet. I'm really pleased with the way the inside of his mouth came out, though. So my goal is I'm hoping to use it for Halloween. Is handing out candy and maybe like hiding behind the door with this is my goal in life. All right, hold on, I gotta stand up. So on the tip, I was gonna say I have a bag of just wooden balls. I just want to make sure that this is gonna look the way I want it to. Now that I move the stuff down a little bit. I think I dig it. La 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 la. Rawr, rawr, rawr. I ended up I added a bunch of extra foam on here, and then I took it off. I didn't really care for the way it was looking at the moment. Yeah, kind of. Like I said, I was able, like initially, because like I said, it was first attempt at this, mind you, and this is before I hand sculpted the 55. So I was already like, I had a bunch of work of me mucking around with it. So I'm like, I don't really want to redo the entire thing. Like, I want to repurpose this. I think once I get the fabric on and start going with it, I might just say screw it. Just feel like he's generic. Show up. We'll just rock. We'll just roll with it. Cat, what do you want? What? Meow. Well, the dog was here earlier, so you gotta get on some cuddle action, huh? Well, come here. You want to say hi, everybody? You want to say hi, sir? Come here. Hey, sir. Where'd you go? Well, come here. Well, come here. Meow. Belly dump. Come on. Come on. There we go. Let's say hi to everybody. Look, it's Circle. Belly hi. You know, Mr. Furry Boy. It's like serial killers would say. Yeah, that's for sure. All right. So, like I said, first time attempting this. I know I need to wrap this in fabric. We got to connect this piece with fabric. I think I'm just going to leave the wire here because it's working good. And just finish connecting it like so. Hold on, I'm going to move you guys. Chat. Oh! Wrong button. Mistakes were made. Yeah, there we go. Chat goes over here. Good to go. Makes my life a whole lot easier. Yeah, this is pretty easy to move around. Kind of digging it. Hey, Joshua. So next, like I said on the agenda for this guy is starting to wrap it, which I have some stretchy fabric, which I just bought a ton of it. And what you do is you use spray glue and then just take a piece of it and go around. And then just kind of try your best to adjust accordingly. And then snip off the excess and keep doing it. So I think we're just going to get to it and just do that. So, bought new spray glue. Wondering where it went. Also, we got to make sure. Got my knife, some sharpeners. Figure we could chit chat while I'm working on this. Hey, there's my glue. Oh, that's it. Ow, fudging scissors just stabbed the shit out of me. Oh, good times. Good times. So I'm just going to spray this with the glue. Actually, no, I think we're going to sit here. I'm going to hold up. I'm going to try to clean up this a little bit more. It's got a lot. 3 spots I probably want to try to fix real quick. It's like weird hair cutting, just going around. Snip, snip. I was pretty much upstairs carving the crap out of this with the knife. Some of this I'll be able to like fix up after the fact with the latex and what have you. At least I'm pretty sure. I messed with latex a little bit, so like I got a general idea of what's going on here. All right. So I think my goal is first pass, I'm going to do a wrap just around here. And then the next pass will be doing the connecting to the mouth to here. Give that just a second to set. I'm going to grab my fabric. Ugh. Problem is I probably should be snipping this a little bit just to make my life easier, but I don't want to have to keep going in and off camera in order to do this. Oh, not much Godzilla, man. Just working on puppets. Possibly working on Zilla 2. We'll see how far we get. Worst case scenario, tomorrow might be working on the whatever his name is. the Zilla articulated figure, because I'd like to try to wrap up the sculpting next day or two. Because I have a really bad habit of when I get like excited about a project and start working on it, I just like got to keep working on it, you know. Not saying I'm not excited for the Zilla, but it ain't no usable puppet for the channel. Slash maybe another business expense. But at some point, I would like to be able to work back at home again. It was nice. I got to do it for like a solid month or a couple months for a little bit, and then died out a little bit. I'd like to get back to her making some solid money. That and my thought process was like, especially with the tariff situation, possibly being able to, I don't want to say take advantage of a bad situation, but if it's going to be too expensive to buy figures, might as well make some, you know? Arnaz is definitely in the Predator more than me. Okay, I'm so confused. So this top piece is not a straight line? Or was I just really bad at putting this on? I've just been really bad at putting this on. So that's a little bit hard with spray glue is once it starts tacking up, it's like trying to get the lay. Yeah, I think I'm doing it wrong. Okay. I need to set this up so it's a little bit easier to mess around with. So I'm actually going to pop off camera here for just a second. I'll still talk to you guys, but I'm just going to be moving around a lot. And I'm currently in my GMS, so I don't want any technical malfunctions to be happening. messing around. Ugh. Oh god, my knees. Okay, that should be plenty with what I'm messing with right now. Okay. Yep. My only one issue is that these bluey pajamas are a little baggy. Little baggy indeed. I'm gonna respray this to get a little more tack on it again. I believe so. It's I'll be honest. It wasn't. It was pretty. It was like it was on sale, which helped me buy stuff because it's like 40% off at Hobby Lobby. But it's stretchy, which is kind of what I was aiming for. I'll be honest. I don't know if you would, just because he's not really much of like a behind the scenes kind of person, you know. Even for me, for that matter, I don't really get too much into the behind outside of like what I see in like random YouTube shorts and what have you. Okay, I'm gonna try this again. We're gonna start on the back here. Lay this down. Then just work my way around. Ideally, I want to try to keep as many of the wrinkles out of here as humanly possible. A little bit of it here and there isn't going to kill it too much because like, I'm going to be doing a bit of sculpting on this anyways. Yeah, it must just be the angle of the neck. Like it's like I'm trying to go like straight around and it is not cooperating. Oh, so I guess that's fine. Yeah, I'm trying to do. It's why I'm trying to do like smaller sections. But just like you're saying, it's I could maybe be trying to do a little smaller, but I'm just it's first time. It's a learning experience. So I'm just kind of winging it. Because it's one of those like I got a vague idea of how I'm supposed to be doing this. Because it's kind of like right here, like I cut and it just made a little patch right here. I'm gonna have to cover up. But now we can reuse this piece. I think I'm just going to roughly cut the shape out here for the jaw. Like I said, I don't think you got to be super pretty about it because, like I said, you're going to be going over the entire thing with latex, anyways. So there's gonna be quite a bit of this. Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like, even if it has like a little bit of folding and creases here, it's gonna be like covered in latex and then detailed in those sections, anyways. So it's like it's all gonna get kind of smoothed out and filled around, anyways. So I'm not super concerned about it. It's just like you don't want like super big wrinkles here and there. Plus, I can always just go back over and spray with some tack and get it more flush if I really want to. All right, give it a sec. Well, how's everybody else's evening going? Hopefully, it's going swell. Getting a bit tired, if I'm going to be honest. But I mainly want to try to get this guy sort of wrapped up, like this done tonight, so that tomorrow I can sit and actually like focus on doing all the fun, the latex stuff. Because I'll probably be doing like a couple of passes of latex on it, and then start trying to do all the sculpting and add all the fun stuff to it. Is my hope. All right, gotta adjust. I guess it's fine. Trying to just make sure the mouse kind of connected. Got too much like excess fabric in certain spots. Just so you guys kind of see what I'm doing. So like the jaw, I'll be although I think I got to give it a little bit more space here. It's right around there. Then go around and remove the excess. Yeah, I'm still not sure if we're going to G Fest this year or not. Because I'll be honest, I don't got a lot of spare money at the moment. And I kind of want to get a bunch of stuff done around the house this year. And depending on how this stuff goes, like the next time I go to G Fest, I'd like to make it like kind of a spectacle. So if I went, I'd like to make like probably like make an outfit, like make a costume or something to go in. And I wouldn't have that this year. Oh, that'd be cool. Having the cupcake. There we go. It's kind of like weird paper mache doing this. But now it hides that seam line there. Now I could probably lay down the back here. Yeah, God, it's been that long since I've gone. It's just been rough trying to go. And for the most part, it's like it's nice to meet people, but if I'm going to G Fest, like I want to spend some money. And I really don't want to do again what I did the one time, which is saying screw it. We drove down. I think I left at 3 in the morning to get there about 9 in the morning. Spent the day there, and about like 7 or 8, we drove back, and I was back in town by midnight. I don't know if I want to do that again. Oh, so then you're looking at like it's at least like an extra. Well, at least it was like a little over 100 for the hotel room, if I remember right, when we went. So I'm sure it's more now. Plus tickets. Plus, I want to get autographs. Like you do, like it's one of those like when I don't have a tax return that I want to use for house purposes. That's usually what we did last time. It was just like tax return. It was like our convention money. Yep, Jessica would have been there. The only G Fest Jessica didn't go with me was my first one because I didn't meet her yet. The first one I went to was the was 98. It's 1998. I got to go to that one. I don't want to stick to the eyeball yet. We're not that far yet. I think I want to snip some of this up around here so I can make a cap for the top of the head. It'll lay down a little smoother if I do that. Just a little bit of right there. Oh, sweet. I would say it depends. I was say I could probably do a diorama to be fair, but it would probably be faster if you had somebody else do it. Yeah, Jessica's definitely got a mean Jurassic Park collection for sure. Yeah, she already had that like going before we got together. Just wasn't she wasn't really like adding to it at the time though. Honestly, I hadn't really been adding to it for a while. She didn't really get back into like hard doing Jurassic Park until after we moved into here. And that was just it's been just like full blown after ever since. Oh, in the movie. Okay, I was like in the game or the movie. I'd have to look. I guess if you want to shoot me some pictures, be the best way I could tell you or not. Yeah, because she's just like it's not even just Jurassic Park. Yeah, it's just dinosaur stuff in general. My wife is obsessed with. So like I said, we're still trying to clean it up down here, but like my bar is just like vintage, miscellaneous, generic dinosaur things from China with some like preschool ones mixed in there for good measure. Yeah, pretty much female Hammond. Like I said, I don't know if it's just like a girl thing, but it's like she liked Godzilla. She actually had some Godzilla stuff. I found out after we were dating for a little bit. But like I said, mainly Jurassic Park stuff. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it's just a girl thing, but like it's if they're gonna be into something nerdy that guys like, it's almost always dinosaurs. At least for me, from experience. Like it's much easier to get someone on board with giant monster thingies than like Star Wars talk. Star Wars and superhero talk. Now, granted, I'm not the best example for superhero stuff, anyways. I guess my thought is I can reuse this piece probably to just lay down here, and this will get wrap up the back of the head. Like I said, I'm not trying to make it come off as sexist or anything, but it's just like I met way more girls in my time that just be like, "Oh, dinosaurs," and like spot out random dinosaur dudes. I like most of the other hobby outside of like anime, of course. Because even like my wife likes anime too, but not as much as moi, mind you. Representing. I'm getting glue all over my hands. It's great. Is this the piece that I committed to? Oh, I'm confused. Pretty sure it was. Ugh, now let's figure out how I had this on here. First and foremost, we're gonna fix that. Oh god, everything's sticky. Everything's sticky. So I thought I had that. Maybe it was the other way. I'm seeing I got way more fabric to work with. Yeah, okay, that's what it was. I go this way. Bring that down. Stretch this out a little bit. Back of the head's all set. It's so sticky. The Jurassic Park game, we did film it. It was okay. I'll be honest, because I love the aesthetics of it, but it is like the gimmick for it is very stiff on, at least on ours. So you have to like almost try to get the thing to trigger. Is like my only real like big critique of it. Oh, I think we just keep going with the head. Yeah, we'll finish the top and then do the inside of the mouth, and then call it a day for this. Or mummified Godzilla. So I'm probably gonna have to go disappear for a second again, like I did. Just trying to figure out the best way to do this, because it's probably gonna be like stuffing around here and then doing the inside is my guess. It's like the new Universal Studios crossover. Godzilla mummy. I was like, I got like a little bit of glue up here, so he's like just tacky enough. Oh, you know what? That might be almost solid placement. Next, stuff the eyes there. It actually kind of helps because then I can see where I'm going to need to kind of cut. Thankfully, the eye hole can just kind of stuff. You know what? I might just do this. Probably the smart way of going about it is actually just because since I got some glue up here, I can kind of wrap the eyebrows. And I kind of just follow along for the rest of this. Here, and then I can snip. So that's that. A little bit of adhesive along the top here. Yeah, so far the only thing I'm trying to figure out this is the best way to go about making the actual rabbit outfit. Because if we're using a 1/6 figure as a base, you probably want to build on top. To build on top of that, it's gonna be really hard to do like the 3D printing. Oh, unless I maybe print them hollow. Sounds like my thought was maybe using like sculpting foam to really make it kind of feel like a foam suit. I think it would be kind of cool, and then I could just go over the top of that with like some epoxy putty. That the detailing and like the scarring and whatnot. So like the damage sections would be hard, but then the rest of the figure would be Yeah, but is it like it? Because the problem is like resin stuff. Like, does it need to be chopped up still? I'd have to look at it more. Okay, gotcha. So it should be okay. I would imagine. I probably still have to adjust things. Because the only problem with some of those two is scale wise, trying to scale them down, some parts might not fit quite right. Well, we'll see. We got some time. I still gotta. We still gotta work through the other the Michael Myers first, and then get to that. Oh no, you might be right. It might work out pretty solid. I was thinking with the foam, it would give it more like I said, an authentic feel than it just being resin. Granted, I have to use some good stuff, some of the good stuff, but okay. I think I'm just gonna chop off around the eyebrows. It's like I mentioned, I kind of want to make my life a little easier instead of just stuffing with a bunch of fabric and hoping for the best. Let's do it this way, and then hopefully mitigates as much of this eyebrow issue as possible. Okay. Well, hopefully that'll let me stuff around here. Pretty well. Maybe a little more at an angle. Kind of regretting this decision now. So I'm just gonna do this all day. No, the glue popped off. Son of a Steve. Yeah, no, I get that. I was just saying because if you just did it like the foam period, it would just give you that kind of texture feel to begin with. But no, I think that's even just how general cosplayers do it. Is like I said, they print the shell and then put it over top. It was just one of those things like thinking about it for like the scale, it'd be like saving extra steps. Could always try to do it, make it like like the figures that I hate, like with the fox fuzz on them or whatever. Do that. Oh, come on. I need his eyebrow to kind of be flat. It's like the one part that I actually would really like it to be flat. As flat as humanly possible. Got that. I think I'll do this section here. Kind of see what fabric I got still laying around. So like I said, for the inside, it's pretty much just going to be taking a strip and just stuffing it. Like that. And then coming down. Actually, that strip's pretty solid. Yeah, but like I said, once we get close to actually starting it up, we'll check out the files and whatnot and just figure out what's going to be the best way to go about it. Because my only qualm is trying to do the 3D printer is like I almost always got to bunch things around anyway, so it's like it's almost be easier just to fabricate them. Actually, have you messed with this stuff? I know the printing would be cheaper, but this would make it like almost easier. Just taking that, wrapping around, just making the shell with it, and calling it a day. And you think it'd be so much easier to cut with the table. It's like I don't need the smoothest or straightest lines, but I'd prefer them not to be jagged. Another reason I really need to clean up this get this table cleaned up. Got all the printers hanging out outside. Hey, Sam. Recently, so I could have more access to my table again. Oh, that did not make a straight line, period. Okay, that seems manageable enough to do what I want, anyways. But yeah, we'll get it figured out. Sure. Like I said, I don't think he's like an impossible figure to do, regardless of how we do it. It's just the only thing that's gonna be annoying about trying to do the cosplay stuff is like it's meant for cosplay. It's not like trying to resize everything's gonna be a pain in the butt. But once you resize one thing, everything else should kind of fall into place. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked for the movie. I enjoyed the first one. Like, so my only real critique of the first one was just how much like you definitely had to know the source material to really like get like full enjoyment out of the movie, because as a horror movie it was kind of not the scariest movie ever. It was very like old Goosebumps feeling. Yeah, like the games for me are like infinitely scarier than the actual movie is. Like I remember, like my wife was watching. Was like Markiplier was the first big guy to really play him, right? Oh no, cutting foam, shit. Great. Well, that wasn't on purpose. Cool. We get to level that out now. It's gonna be a little thinner at the top, I guess. Two was a good one. I think two was probably my favorite in terms of like like the design and gameplay. I really like two. Probably my favorite animatronics. Honestly, the third one was fine. It was just like a little frustrating to play, but because I felt the third game was like way more. It felt way more random than the other ones. Like the other ones, you can kind of get into a rhythm and figure out how things work. Springtrap felt kind of cheap when I was playing. Hey, Parrot. Okay, I'll try to reuse these strips. So if I get a little quiet, I'm just trying to get this on as best I can. So no, I hear my daughter upstairs just like, Dada, Dada. Daddy's busy right now. Ugh. Huh? What's that eyeball? Might be cutting that back out a little bit just to fit everything in there, but so far not too bad. And just need just a strip like this should be fine. I say that. It's probably gonna be a little bigger than that. Let's go this way. Good. Lay that on. Stuff the inside of his eyeballs best I can. Huh, that's actually laid on well, solidly well. It's a little wrinkled up on the inside, but like so we're gonna be doing all this texturing and stuff after the fact, so it's not a super big deal. So now it's just getting the inside of the mouth, and then eventually, probably tomorrow. If we got time, I might make the tongue real quick. It's definitely more Shin Godzilla esque right now. That's for sure. slice the fabric open a little bit just to work those eyeballs in there a little more. That's better. Nice. So, super fun part. Before I did that, I probably should have made. All right, hold up. We're gonna go to chat because I gotta quickly make something. Before it's too glued in. So I kind of want to make a rough shape of the mouth, and then just go a little bit bigger. Oh, that should work. Okay. And cut this out of the fabric and then lay it in the box. Oh, oh, man, suffering. Also, my child is being unruly upstairs, I hear. Good times for everyone. I don't want to get over the fabric. Doing good, Mandy. Doing good. There. Made my strip. We're just gonna go start at the roof of the mouth and then just add it to the inside. Okay. One part's trying to get this to the back of the throat. Or at least where I want my throat to be. Which is right around there. Then Her little girl upstairs yelling. We tried to do a live stream earlier and it went horribly awry because she woke up from her nap. So we had to call it early. That's just honestly here. I could probably just pack it over and call it a day. This is really the only access slip I really got. Yeah, I was just didn't really get around. We started the stream with the aspirations of doing this during the stream, and then yeah, it didn't happen. Casey was like, "Not today, Daddy, not today." Much as I like you guys, Casey tends to win. Win the arguments. Worst case scenario, a couple of these spots I might have to hot glue down. You know, for first time, I'm pretty happy with this. Rah, 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 rah. And to be honest, I don't even think I really needed to wrap this part if I'm going to be doing the latex, but I know I need to at least do the inside of the mouth and around the body. So I'm going to have to add some of the spines still. But I think for the remainder of today, I just need to let it sit so that this glue can kind of do its thing. I think we'll try to make the ton real quick, and then I'll call it good there. So for the ton, a piece of foam. I got a solid. Okay. Scrap like this should probably be good enough. Cut a ton shape out of it. see. As you can see, a little too big. Right, I've got like the perfect size to be the inside of the mouth representation, but that might be a little more doable. That looks pretty solid. Then taking the scissors and rounding it out a bit. I'm not going to put the ton in though for right now because I think the ton's going to be something I'm going to want to set up and then glue in. Well, actually, I don't know because to be fair, I'm probably not making it where he's going to be like roaring, oh, like the tongue's going to be attached to the roof of the mouth. So yeah, I guess we could glue it in. I think usually there's a little gouge in the center of the tongue. Just so there's a little bit of a divot in there. I'm just going to take some extra fabric. I'm going to get spray glue all over my hands. Good times. And then I'm going to take this last piece of fabric and just kind of wrap it around. Once I get the general gist of the size, we're going to snip a bunch of this off. I also started this on the wrong side of the tongue. So I need to fill in that divot. Get a little bit of tackiness on the inside there. I gotta give them a set. They're super sticky. Got your phone. Nobody likes you. Yeah, I think I might have to let this sit for a minute, and then I think tomorrow is going to be a little bit of hot glue application to add some of the stuff in. Anyways, you kind of get the gist of it. And just hoping to tack down a little better. But promise my hands are super sticky, and stuff doesn't really want to adhere to the spot that I attached it to. Give it a sec. We'll try it one more time. But anyways, we're going to call it good for the stream anyways. So you can help us defeat this kaijus by hitting the like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. We also got Instagram, Patreon, TikTok, Facebook. Guys, like keep up the day with channel donate. Greatly would appreciate it. If you guys like to get some custom accessories for yourself, like let's see, we got this guy that's going out tomorrow, which is a evolution beam for the evolution Godzilla. Also got some monster art or -1 beams. There's quite a few available on there. Or if you guys are looking to get your own commissions done too, great way to get a hold of me. Or possibly my personal Instagram too is also a good place to go for that. If you'd like to pick up some collectibles for yourself, link in the description for Entertainment Earth. Another way, great way to help support the channel if you guys are already buying your figure stateside. Or, thankfully, the China tariffs aren't too bad anymore, at least for 90 days. So if you guys like to use Calcus toys, also link in the description. You can save 6% off your order code Steve Calcus at checkout. They recently just got in the King Ghidorah. So if you guys want to get that before all the stateside places, make sure to go hit them up. Yeah, I'm definitely probably have to hot glue that down. And then this is just going to get hot glued and then laid on top of everything. Laid on top of the inside of the mouth. Kind of like so. That would be good. That's just adding all the teeth. All the teeth. I don't want to add teeth. But anyways, we'll see you guys next one. Bye-bye. It's going to be fun putting all this latex on. Smoothing this out and latexing it. It's going to be great.